Okay, here we are, leg day. Very exciting. Front squats, 315 for 4 with a good pause on each rep. Felt like 5 might have been there, but been trying to go a little easier on the knees and front squats, although it's more quad usage, obviously. It's just less overall weight. So I think that's going to be the plan for a little bit. I'll do some back down, lighter back squats. But for at least a couple weeks, we'll probably stick with the front squats, build those up, probably stick with the pause reps. Definitely interested to hear what people have to say about Olympic lifting shoes. I usually just go flat shoes, because that feels best for me. One time, a long time ago, probably a couple of years, I got a set of Olympic lifting shoes. They were like super cheap, $50. And I don't know, they felt like I got a little bit of knee tendonitis going on from using them. Maybe because it increased the, pressure on the quads. I don't know, but interested to hear what people have to say about that and what people's opinions are. If they use them, if they don't, why they use them, why they don't, would be much appreciated. The weather today, doing some yard work, clearing stuff out, slow and steady. Going to check the weight. Got the squat pants on and the shoes, so I'm expecting it'll probably be around the 210, 209 mark. Look at that. I promise I did not check beforehand. So that's good. So that means vacation did not add any pudge. So day 35 of the shred, although we might be stabilizing and keeping the carbs up the next 2 weeks. We're actually 5 weeks out from the next vacation. So I figure I could probably increase calories for 2 weeks or so and then go back on the lower calorie. But that remains to be seen. Either way, it's day 35 for now. Got the front squats in, saw those, felt excellent. That's huge new territory for me. I think I could have gotten 5, but I didn't want to crank the RPMs up too much because we're just getting back from vacation. So 4 is good. I'm going to do some pause back squats now, really good stretch in the legs, some rear foot elevated, because those are a little easier on the knees than lunges are, as much as I like lunges. And then we'll do some calves and maybe some grip stuff. All right, let's do it. Okay, so that got the heart rate going. That felt absolutely excellent. Yeah, just stellar is the word I would use. Very, very happy with that. 225 for 25 pause reps. I'm sure that's a PR. I don't think I've done ever more than probably 10 pause reps. But I just felt like keeping it light for myself and seeing what I could get. And felt like maybe a couple more would have been there, but that's all talk unless you do it, right? Yeah, super solid. That's fun doing stuff like that sometimes. I mean, obviously the maxing out, that's that's fun and all, but obviously that's more strenuous on the knees and back. That wasn't so bad on the knees or back. It's just a blood flow and cardio thing, basically, and just commitment. Like, all right, we're going to get it done or we're not. So super, super happy with that. Kind of a weird PR, but whatever. I mean, it felt good. It was what I wanted to do today. Sometimes you just got to listen to what your body's telling you, and change things up a little bit. I'll probably stick with this structure of doing the front squats and then like a burnout pause squat on the back squats. Obviously 225 is a little too light to get too much growth from, but it worked for today post vacation. So now we're going to get those rear foot. Sorry about that. I was waiting for that Ford Focus Muffler Delete Mayhem to pass by. So we're going to do calves to the rear foot elevated, back to the calves, back to the rear foot, back to the calves. I'm just going to hammer it out. I haven't done anything heavy on the calves. And I haven't done the rear foots at all recently, so keep it nice and light. Oh boy. Here we go. Because we're at the top of a hill, there's just always someone ripping past. And I mean, I don't know. I get it. I mean, I'm a car enthusiast. Had some halfway cool cars at one point in time. But yeah, I don't know. Especially the motorcycles. Like, it's just kind of like sound. Like, if a nice muscle car with a V8 went by, okay, but the motorcycles that just have a muffler cut off and the thing that just went by now, I'm pretty sure it was like a Ford Focus, like base model 4-cylinder with like a resonator delete or something. It's like, I don't know, like I hate to be the one to tell somebody, but it's like, it just doesn't, just like you can hear it inside your inner eardrum, and it's not a good sound. But anyway, enough of that. Back to the lifting. Super, super happy with those back squats. Now I'm just trying to stretch things out. These always get the heart rate going. Mainly because it's just high reps, because you've got, 24 total. Legs are going to be sore tomorrow, possibly. Work off some of those vacation carbs. Give it a couple seconds. This is kind of weird, but we replaced our mailbox recently, and the old mailbox was just like falling over and not secured that great in the ground. So we got a new one, very nice, but the old one is basically like secured on like a 3-inch fat grip handle that's made out of metal. Seems like relatively solid other than how it was secured in the ground. So I'm thinking about using that as like another grip implement. I wouldn't need as much weight. So that might be something that we'll see possibly Tuesday. Still got to disassemble the top of the setup. Oh, good. The mic's on. Helpful. I think next week, probably stick with the 315 on the front squats, but maybe try and knock out, I don't know, it's kind of a big leap, but just based on how that 225 felt today, I think if I put the belt on loosely, 275 for like 16 plus would be there on the pause squats. That would be cool. Cool one to knock out. But that's thinking ahead. We'll see. The front squats, because the reps are lower right now, doesn't really fatigue the legs too much. I mean, it like works them, but it doesn't fatigue them, if that makes sense. Just not enough reps. It's more just like getting fired up. That's what it, that's kind of what it takes to get it done, like a low rep set. But yeah, that might be next week. I struggle with not working to the limit, if that makes sense. That's not me trying to boast. Like, that's just me explaining the thing that messes me up most often. It's that I don't know when to rest, or cool it on the joints. So, what I think doing the pause squats will do for me is kind of force me to back down on the weight a little bit, obviously, because pause squats are harder. But I could still kind of work to the limit. That's cool. So I think that might be the move for a couple weeks, because I've been pushing it pretty good with the back squats and front squats. So to get to the next level, I might need to let the knees, tendons, and whatnot recover a little more. I don't want to go snapping anything. But I know, the squat strength has gotten way better. Like 315 on the front squat. I think like a couple months ago, I was only getting like 3 reps. Now today we got 4 with like a good pause, good range of motion. All right. So my point being, I know I've made progress. It's just whether I need to keep like PRing every time, if that makes sense. If the legs are starting to feel a little bit tight. I would definitely be interested to hear what people do. I don't like deload weeks because they pop up often enough. Like last week was kind of a deload week for stuff, in 5 or 6 weeks. Next vacation, probably have a little bit of a deload week then. There'll probably be a week where something else happens. It's just like a cheat meal. Like, you plan to have a cheat meal, when you're dieting, like, unless you're that perfect about your diet where you always eat perfectly and never have meals where you're off track. I feel like 99% of people have like a built-in cheat meal that'll just occur regularly. Like, you don't even plan it. So that's the thought process there. But that's it for today. I'm going to rest, go have some chocolate milk probably, and let the legs recover. That felt great though. Very, very solid on the front squat and the back squats. Appreciate the support as always. Any questions about anything, feel free to post them. And I really appreciate the support. If you don't mind dropping a like, subscribe if you're new to the channel. New content coming out every day. And hope you're having an awesome day. Hope you lifted, or you're about to lift, or maybe you're lifting right now and you're watching this video. I don't know. Either way, hope you have an epic day. Till tomorrow.